let's jump right into this explainer and figure out how to actually launch your publishing career without totally breaking the bank. Self-publishing has changed so much lately, hasn't it? The sheer volume of tools out there right now can feel absolutely paralyzing. Honestly, it's like being asked to fly a spaceship before you've even learned to ride a bike. So today, we're breaking down exactly what you need to succeed in the 2026 Amazon Kindle Direct publishing landscape. We'll be focusing specifically on when to rely on free tools and when it actually makes sense to level up to paid ones. Now, I know the steep learning curve can be super overwhelming, so let's just tackle the big question right up front. Do you really need a $150 a month software stack right out of the gate? The short answer? No, definitely not. But the longer answer is that your tool stack kind of needs to evolve as your author business grows. If you go out and buy expensive tools before you truly understand the fundamentals of your market, you're honestly just throwing your money away. So, here's our game plan for today. We're going to walk through the free KDP toolkit, manual keywords and categories, planning out your book series, tracking your sales and data, weighing free versus paid data, and finally, getting into combining tools for pro ads. All right, Section 1, the free KDP toolkit. Let's build that foundation. It is entirely possible to build a highly functional marketing base for literally $0. You can use entirely free tiers before committing a single dime of your budget. For email, Kit, which you might know as ConvertKit, offers a totally free tier for up to 10,000 subscribers, which is just perfect for beginners. Then you've got Canva, which can easily handle 90% of your graphic design needs. A free BookBub author profile lets readers follow you, and browser-based free KDP builders give you the structured guidance you need to start crafting your book's metadata. This is your ultimate $0 starting line. Moving right along to Section 2, manual keywords and categories. Let's find your audience. Okay, so here's exactly how you manually build your keywords and categories. First, you use free prompt-based tools to generate some seed ideas, focusing on your genre, the setting, and your tropes. Next, you just manually type these phrases into the Amazon search bar to see what pops up organically, kind of like a reader would. Finally, click into the top competitor books and browse their category shelves. Manually searching for Amazon categories this way ensures you're placing your book exactly where it is most relevant to your content, putting it directly in front of your specific readers. And here's why this matters so much. Doing careful manual research naturally keeps you compliant with Amazon's incredibly strict new publishing rules for 2026. Amazon is definitely not messing around anymore. They are cracking down heavily on automated spam. You absolutely must disclose if your text or cover was AI generated. You can't upload dozens of identical journals anymore. And your metadata, meaning your titles and keywords, must accurately reflect your book using simple, human-focused language, rather than some machine-generated nonsense. Speaking of which, keyword stuffing is particularly dangerous right now. This is that risky practice of loading up a book's title or subtitle with excessive search terms just to manipulate rankings. Think of a title reading something like Best Gratitude Journal 2026 Positive Affirmations Manifestation. Yeah, don't do that. Amazon will actively penalize or even completely remove your book for this. That's exactly why our manual, natural language-focused approach is the absolute safest bet for authors in their early stages. You want to sound like a real human talking to a real reader. Let's look at Section 3, planning your book series, from idea to launch. Before you sit down to write a massive series, use those free search techniques we just talked about to spot gaps in the market. You can actually outline long story arcs that readers are genuinely hungry for. Around month 3, you publish a free reader magnet, like a short prequel novella, using a platform like BookFunnel to collect email addresses. By the time month 6 rolls around and you launch your full long-form series, guess what? You already have an eager list of subscribers just waiting to buy. Finding these micro-niches using free search tools is the absolute secret to getting your emerging series visible against massive competition. You don't want to just vaguely target romance or self-help. You want sci-fi romance with cyborgs or keto meal prep for night shift workers. A highly specific topic with 10,000 highly motivated buyers will always outperform a generic topic swimming in a sea of a million casual browsers. Now for Section 4, tracking sales and data. So, in your first 30 days, your main goal is simply discovery. You want to monitor your impressions and clicks, but for an ongoing series, sustained profitability really relies on your read-through rates. Basically, do they buy book 2 after they finish reading book 1? You evaluate your keyword success by carefully monitoring your monthly sales reports. Just remember one golden rule. Don't constantly tweak your keywords. You've got to give the data a few weeks to show you real, actionable patterns. Now, if Amazon's native reporting feels a little too delayed for you, and let's be real, it often is, lagging by 24 to 48 hours, there's a tool called Book Report. It's a one-time cost of $14.99, and it gives you near real-time sales tracking without any annoying ongoing monthly fees. It's just a fantastic middle ground tool that visualizes your monthly sales reports beautifully, making it so much easier to actually evaluate your success. Section 5. Free tools versus paid data. Let's talk about when it's time to upgrade. Okay, think of free tools as pouring a really solid structural foundation, while paid, data-driven tools are like the heavy machinery you bring in to build the house faster. Free tools actually teach you how Amazon thinks. They force you to look at real book covers and read actual blurbs. On the flip side, paid, data-driven keyword content skips the manual browsing entirely and immediately gives you raw search volume numbers and hard competition scores. Paid tools eliminate the guesswork because they provide hard, fast data. Software like Publisher Rocket gives you Amazon-specific search volume and instantly generates massive lists of keywords. And more importantly, the regular data updates from these paid tools contribute significantly to improving the visibility of your emerging series. It allows you to instantly pivot to search terms that are actually turning a profit. Finally, Section 6, combining tools for pro ads. This is where you really scale your business. Here is exactly how combining free tools with paid, data-driven platforms creates highly professional advertising campaigns. First, you pour your foundation with your free manual tools, ensuring all your metadata is super reader-friendly. Then, you bring in a paid tool to generate hundreds of targeted ad keywords. You launch an Amazon Ads test at just $5 a day, and then you evaluate it monthly. It really is the perfect blend of human intuition and raw machine data. You know, successful indie authors typically reinvest between 10 and 20% of their revenue right back into this exact tool stack. 85% of your effort and budget should absolutely always go into the core business, the writing, the editing, the professional covers. But dedicating that final 15% to a really smart, combined free and paid tool stack, that is what actually gets your book seen by the masses. The truth is, the tools will inevitably evolve over time, but the mechanics of building an audience simply won't. So before you go out and spend a dime on that heavy machinery, ask yourself, have you mastered the manual art of finding your specific reader yet? Get that foundation right, and your publishing business won't just launch, it will thrive. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer. I hope it helps you level up your author journey.